Shannon on his outside. Leicester Bigot and Steve Corton, and up on the outside, Wallace Swinburne on Chernagar. A furlong to go. Commanche won and Baynoon. Commanche won and Baynoon. Commanche won from Baynoon and Crazy. Went inside the final furlong, and it's Leicester Bigot going on. This one for the record, the 28th Classic, as Commanche run wins the ledger from Baynoon second, Alphabet in third. Then came Crazy 4 and Chernagar 5. A big gap to Montbazil 6, and then came Prime Asset 7. Then Get the Message, and behind these came Destroyer. At Talaka, most disappointing run, and last of all was Debrace. And so Leicester Bigot, the world's greatest jockey, has achieved his lifetime ambition by winning his 28th Classic and the record holder of all time. Leicester Bigot winning the Holston Pilsens Ledger on number 4 Comanche Run.
What a jockey. Leicester Piggott scoring there on Comanche Run in the English Ledger, run our time last night. Well, at Deagle Farm yesterday, Gus Philpott was the star jockey. He landed the opening event on Muted, lightly raced 3-year-old. It's a good performance because I feel he will improve. He defeated Queen's Memory and Innicklick.
Smartly, and Capnos is actually running to the lead from Trissaro in the early stages. Muted began nicely but caught a bit wide as they run up towards the 1,600 metres. Kiwi Roy going up to vie for the lead. There's Magic Performance coming into it with a strong run in the early stages, going up into about 5th place. Innicklick has caught very wide. Button if after beginning well, drifting back with dependable Queen's Memory and Queensland Blue. They're tightly packed as they run into the back, 1,400 metres to go. Kiwi Roy the leader, taken on now by Innicklick, who's going very fast on the outside and running to the lead. Innicklick about a half length in front of Kiwi Roy. A Magic Performance is a half length away third, and then Queen's Memory up nice and handy today. Stasiro's running about 5th on the inside of Muted, and then Button If on the outside of Sarish, who's drifted well back in the field. He's back about 4th last at the moment. Next on the outside is Capnos, and then Dependable, and Queensland Blue at the rear. 1,000 metres left to go. Queen's Memory, she's gone to the lead now, and it's Queen's Memory kicking away from them, leading by 4 lengths. Innicklick running second. Magic Performance 3/4 of a length away third, then Kiwi Roy. Button If picking up ground, going through in the centre. Muted next on the outside. He's at about 3 deep, and then Capnos. Sarish is well back in the field as they come down the sides. Trissaro on the inside, and then Queensland Blue, and Dependable's last of all and hard ridden. 600 metres to go. Queen's Memory, she's going nicely out in front. She leads by 2 lengths on Magic Performance. Button If is now third on the outside of Innicklick, and then Capnos, who's continuing that run. Over on the inside is Muted. He drifted back towards the inside, Muted. Sarish is now pulled to the outside, starting a run, but giving the leaders a long start. They've got 300 metres to go, and Queen's Memory about to be joined by Magic Performance on the outside. Muted saving ground. He's over on the inside. He's about to go for a split in between those 2 leaders, and the run's coming now. He's finishing fast now, Muted. He's loomed up to Queen's Memory and Magic Performance. Innicklick on the outside, and then Button If and Sarish, but Muted shot through. He's raced away from them. Yes, he's far too good for them in the run home, and Muted goes on to win it easily. Muted first, Queen's Memory second. Now it's close for third. It's a photo between Innicklick and Sarish.
Muted from the Eric Kerwin stable landing the opening event, and it was the Kerwin stable again in the second when Regius scored very, very impressively. I thought he was wide most of the way. He was too good for Crew Air and Francis Comet. The favourite Snowcap, very disappointing.
Settling down, Walk Easy's going fast, and there's Snowcap spearing through in the centre. Regius going up to 4th, a length and a half to Duke's Delight, who's picking up ground pretty quickly, and then Francis Comet on the outside of Amos Malay, and Crew Air drops to the rear. Walk Easy the leader, 800 metres to go, put back on the bit, leads by a length and a half on Snowcap, and Regius out 3 wide third, followed by Talk the Leg. He's 4th on the inside of Duke's Delight. A couple of lengths then to Crew Air, picking up ground on the outside of Francis Comet, and Amos Malay is last. 600 metres left to go. Walk Easy the leader as they run onto the home turn. Walk Easy just in front of Snowcap, and Regius is going up 3 deep to join the leaders. Crew Air's right off the track. He's hanging badly on the turn into the straight, but he's coming home solidly. Then Talk the Leg, Duke's Delight, and Francis Comet starting a run. Regius swept to the lead. 250 metres to go. It's Regius kicking away from Snowcap. Crew Air on the outside. He's still hanging badly, but he's coming out after this leader, and Francis Comet is coming home strongly as well. Regius is still the leader. Crew Air's trying hard on the outside, and then Francis Comet. It's Regius about a neck in front. Crew Air's trying hard on the outside. He's not going to make it, I don't think. No, Regius in front as they hit the line, and Regius a little too good for them. Regius first, Crew Air second, Francis Comet third.
Another very promising 3-year-old from the Eric Kerwin stable, Regius. Third event, and a very impressive first-up performance by Vigo. He's now to head to Melbourne, and he could easily pick up one of the major events over the Spring Carnival, up around the 1,600 metres. This is a very good effort.
Some unit accelerating through the field, going to third, and Spaniards out a little bit wide as they run onto the first corner. Viff back about 5th on the inside. A couple of lengths then to Star of Sirocco, and then Vaminos, and Cal Star is last. as they run down past the 850 and the leader El Jadadi, 3/4 of a length in front of Spanian and some unit a neck away third in between horses. Vip a length and a half back fourth on the inside, another length then to Vigo, who lost his position. Further back in the field, Verminos starting a run on the outside of Star of Sirocco and 10 lengths last Calstar. 600 metres left to go, and Spanion's pulled his way to the lead. It's Spanian a couple of lengths in front of El Jadadi as they run onto the home turn. Some unit in third place, followed by Vigo, and then Vip, who's working clear. A length further back then to Verminos, and then Star of Sirocco. Spanion's about 3 lengths in front as they straighten up. Some units now pop the big question. He's running on gamely. Here's Vigo down the outside. He's coming with a great run, and then Vip and Verminos. It's Spanian in front. He's starting to feel the pinch a little bit now. Vigo's going on after him. Some units struggling, and then Vip and Star of Sirocco. Vigo's just about got his nose in front. Yes, he's a neck clear. He's drawing clear close to home, and he's too good for them, Vigo. Vigo goes on to beat Spanian by a couple of lengths. Vigo first, Spanian second, Vip third.
Gavin Duffy not too hard on Vigo there over the final 100 metres. I think the 4-year-old had plenty in reserve to score there first up. Fourth event was the Spring Hill graduation, and Whishane Myth scored again. He's developed a rather nasty habit of hanging badly. He gave Gus Philpott quite a torrid time, but he was too strong for star practice and kite time. The rider of star practice, Carl Simons, entered a protest.
By a couple of lengths. Second on the outside, star practice, and good prospects is a half length away third on the rails. Then Lower Tully Lad, El Camilla in between horses. Lock King going up, but he's very wide. He's about 5 deep as they come down the side. Sharp Arrows next on the inside of Kite Time, and Rockathon last. Onto the home turn, 500 metres to go. Whishane Myth, he wants to hang a little bit on the bend. He leads by a couple of lengths in second place. Star Practice, good prospects, is getting a lovely run on the inside. Then El Camilla, Lower Tully Lad, Lock King. Kite Time picking up ground, and further back Rockathon and Sharp Arrow, 250 metres to go. Whishane Myth the leader. He's rolling away from the rails. There's enough room there for Kite Time and good prospects. Star Practice is coming at the leader pretty quickly on the outside. Whishane Myth, he's out in the middle of the track. He's running out on top of Star Practice. He's just in front. Whishane Myth, Star Practice can't get him. Then good prospects and Kite Time. Whishane Myth in front. Oh, gee, lugged out badly right on the line, but he's won it. Whishane Myth first. Now it's tight second and third. Star Practice is on the outside. Kite Time and good prospects over on the rails.
Very smart 3-year-old Whishane Myth, but he'll have to quickly overcome that tendency to run about because as he works through the classes and meets stronger opposition, he certainly won't be able to get away with that. They were the first 4 from Eagle Farm yesterday. We'll take a break now and come back and continue our review of the meeting. Back to sports scene as we continue our look at the Eagle Farm meeting yesterday. We're up to race 5. It was the main event, the Gregory Terrace Cup, and a great ride here from Neil Williams to score on Clever Me, who came from midfield to outstay Dancing Man, and Hondo Matic ran on nicely for third.
Going up fast on the outside to fourth, racing on the outside of Star Amen. Clever Me about midfield inside of My Friend Francis. Hondo Matic on the rails, a couple of lengths to Bucking Rip. Getting well back as Noble Claudius, and Chance Always immediately drops towards the rear. Heading into the back now, just over 1,400 metres to go. Northern Beam the leader. There's no speed on there, just cantering at the moment. Northern Beam leads by a length. Main Kingdom running second, and Mr. Olympus has settled well. 3/4 of a length away third. Then Dancer Man on the outside of Star Amen. Out a bit wide is My Friend Francis. Clever Me's pulling his head off at the moment. He's going very keenly. Followed by Bucking Rip on the outside of Hondo Matic, who's settled well. He's back third last, Hondo Matic. And then Noble Claudius and Chance Always. They're still just dawdling as they run up towards the 1,000. And the leader, Northern Beam, in front. Bucking Rip's the first one to go off. Yes, it's Bucking Rip going up very quickly on the outside. And he's darted to the lead now, Bucking Rip. He's a length and a half in front of Main Kingdom on the outside of Northern Beam. Then My Friend Francis, Dancer Man a bit wide. Mr. Olympus running about 6th on the inside. 2 lengths to Clever Me. Followed on the rails by Star Amen, and then Hondo Matic, Noble Claudius, and Chance Always is about 6 lengths last. Coming down the side, Bucking Rip given a bit of a breather. 3/4 of a length in front of Main Kingdom, and Northern Beam's a length away third on the inside. Then Dancing Man. My Friend Francis is a bit wide on the turn into the straight, and then Clever Me. Mr. Olympus is back behind a wall of horses at the moment. Noble Claudius coming to the outside. Then Hondo Matic, Star Amen, and last Chance Always. Into the straight now, 350 metres left to go. Main Kingdom has taken the lead from Bucking Rip on the outside. Dancing Man's coming home strongly. Clever Me has now popped the big question. He's running into it with a strong run, and Hondo Matic's weaving his way through the field. Dancing Man in front, 150 to go. Clever Me starting to cut him down pretty quickly on the outside, and then Hondo Matic. Clever Me loomed up to Dancing Man. He's got his nose in front. Clever Me, yes, he's too good for them in the run home, and Clever Me wins it by a half length. Clever Me first, Dancing Man second, third Hondo Matic.
Nicely timed run from Neil Williams on Clever Me to score there, and Williams was in the winning list again in the next event when he scored very narrowly on Asands. You'll notice the runner-up La Tepo was inclined to shift in over the final stages. That undoubtedly cost her the race.
Galaxy Gal began nicely and Aviva's going fast. The Unai Silver running up at about third place on settling down. Captain Zam getting back to midfield now with Star Belief just a smudge. Rundle King next on the inside, and then also he says La Tepo's well back in the field. My Playboy just copped a check. Barasco's second last, and Economy Last is last. 1,000 metres left to go. There doesn't look to be a great deal of speed on. Asands is cantering along at the moment about a half length in front of Proud Jim, who's got the advantage of the inside, and Lay Winnie's moving up 3 and 4 deep. Just a smudge and Star Belief wide just behind that leading bunch, and Galaxy Gal is pushing through in the centre. The Unai Silver next on the rise, and then La Tepo, who's improving her position pretty quickly. Then also he says. Over on the inside is Captain Zam, and then Barasco starting a run on the outside of Rundle King, then Economy Last of Viva, and My Playboy's last. Onto the home turn, 450 metres to go. Asands just in front of Star Belief as they flatten for the run-in. Lay Winnie's a half length away third. Proud Jim's getting a glorious run on the inside. He's coming home gamely, and Galaxy Gal switching back to the inside. La Tepo's now popped the big question. She's running on smartly. Economy Last down the outside with just a smudge. Asands in front, but he's under pressure now from La Tepo, who swept up on the outside to go to the lead. Galaxy Gal's boxing on gamely. Asands is kicking again. La Tepo's just in front of Asands. La Tepo and Asands. Asands has hit the lead again. They hit the line. Oh, gee, it's close. This is tight, this one. Very close between Asands and La Tepo. Galaxy Gal third.
The rain really started to tumble down following the running of the 6th event, and the track was certainly on the slow side when it came to the 7th, which is the long graduation, and it turned into a match between Cole Prince and Interiors. They cleared out from the opposition. Cole Prince getting the verdict here by a neck over Interiors. High Cast Lad 8 lengths away third.
Quickly in search of the lead, and Tassie Shout from the extreme outside, showing plenty of dash. Tassie Shout going up to vie for the lead. Running to the first bend, just over 1,800 metres to go, and the leader King Shabalon just in front of Tassie Shout. Call Me Digger third on the outside of Surovet, followed then on the outside by Interiors, running up into 5th place. Elray on the rails, and then Cole Prince in between horses. A length end of Valorous. Prize Dash is getting back. Costadella next on the inside. High Cast Lad is well back in the field and a bit wide, racing on the outside of Lahara Lad, and then Pulsemaker and Ruxton Miss at the rear. As they run towards the back now, 1,400 metres left to go, and it's King Shabalon 2 in front of Tassie Shout, another 2 to Call Me Digger, and then Surovet on the inside of Interiors. Cole Prince is picking up ground. He's moving up on the outside. Over on the rails is El Ray, another length and a half to Prize Dash, who's just held up for the moment. On the outside of him is Valorous, followed by Costadella. Well back in the field, High Cast Lad, Ruxton Miss, Lahara Lad, and Pulsemaker's last of all. Just short of 1,200 metres to go, and the leader King Shabalon 2 in front of Tassie Shout. Call Me Digger third, and Interiors is a half length away fourth on the outside, followed by Surovet, and then Cole Prince, Prize Dash, Valorous. El Ray's next on the rails, losing ground, dropping back through them very quickly. High Cast Lad now starting a run. Pulsemaker's going forward on the outside, followed by Lahara Lad, and then Costadella, and Ruxton Miss up about 4th last. Down the side, 750 metres to go. It looks as though he's going to try and pinch it on King Shabalon. He's darted him away. He's about 5 lengths in front. Tassie Shout running second. Interiors is a length away third on the outside, followed by Cole Prince, who's starting a long run now. Call Me Digger next on the inside, and then Prize Dash. Valorous is picking up ground, and then Ruxton Miss, High Cast Lad. Well back in the field, Costadella as they run onto the bend, and then Pulsemaker. Into the straight now, 400 metres to go. King Shabalon clear. He's a length and a half in front of Interiors, who's coming home with a great run. And now here's Cole Prince on the outside. He's running into it. Interiors has gone to the lead, 250 metres out. Cole Prince is out after Interiors, then King Shabalon, Prize Dash, Tassie Shout, and Valorous. Interiors about a neck in front. Cole Prince slowly but surely is cutting down Interiors. Interiors just in front. Cole Prince is coming at Interiors now. Cole Prince loomed up to take the lead. He's poked his nose in front. Yes, he's got up. Cole Prince. Cole Prince first, Interiors second, tight for third. A photo between High Cast Lad and Prize Dash.
Determined ride there from Kerry Smith to complete a winning double on Cole Prince, and it was Gus Philpott completing a winning treble when he landed the final event on Spark of Life. This horse really relished the soft going. He rockets home to defeat In the Shadows easily. Lee Walker fading third.
Delegate getting back in the field, going fast. Granite Princess and Barbara's Boy is spearing through in the centre. Bartlett's accelerating up along the inside, and Gay Stepper going up but caught a little bit wide in the shadows, and Hale Cherie just behind them, and then Lee Walk. Delegate Spark of Life getting well back in the field. Alcia Corton and Miss Finito, and Magic Cobbler's last of all. There's plenty of speed on them. They're tightly bunched as they run past the 1,000. Barbara's Boy in the centre leads narrowly. Barbara's Boy just in front at the moment. Gay Stepper moving up on the outside, and Bartlett is eased to third on the rails, and then in the shadows and Granite Princess. Lee Walk running about 6th on the outside, and then Hale Cherie midfield on the rails. Miss Finito now starting to pick up ground, and then Delegate. Well back our Sierra Court. Spark of Life is second last, coming down the side of Magic Cobbler at the rear. 650 metres left to go, and Gay Stepper loomed up on the outside to go to the lead from Barbara's Boy, who's hard ridden. In third place is Granite Princess, and Lee Walk running on gamely. In the shadows is Nice and Handy. He's fourth as they come to the bend. Then Delegate followed by Miss Finito. Hail Cherie is easing off the rails, starting a run, and Spark of Life to the extreme outside. Into the straight, 400 metres left to go. Lee Walk loomed up on the outside to run to the lead. Lee Walk's just in front of Granite Princess. In the shadows, switching back to the inside. Gay Stepper weakening out of it. Here's Spark of Life coming hard on the outside, and Miss Finito's coming into it with a great run. Lee Walk in front. Look at Spark of Life on the outside. He's flying home, Spark of Life. He's loomed up to go to the lead, and he's got it shot to pieces. Spark of Life is spearing away from them over the concluding stages. He wins it easily. Spark of Life first. In the shadows second. Lee Walk third.
Spark of Life, like most of yesterday's winners, storming down the outside to score, and that gave young Philpott a treble, as I mentioned. Very promising young rider. A look now at the TAB information, and we hope 5 is your lucky number, because they were the numbers you needed yesterday. 5 and 5 the double, $14.50, and the treble 5, 5 and 5 paid $30.20. Be back a little over Rose Hill. They're moving now into the top spring races. Some outstanding gallopers on show yesterday, but none more impressive than the winner of the opening race, High Signal, from the Henry Davis stable. This is only his second race start. You'll notice just after he turned for home, he's a little unbalanced. He's in the black cap and the orange colours, and notice how he stretches out over the final 200 metres.
Back to about fourth last. In the stretch past the 300, and Wanavi just shows the way from Airy. In the third place on the inside, Vincenzo. Now High Signal is starting to warm up. He's coming quickly, the favourite. Wanavi Airy grabbed immediately by High Signal. Oh, he's a top racehorse, this bloke. He's put pay to them with ease, High Signal. Airy and Royal Samurai battle out the minors, but an easy win to High Signal.
We're going to hear a lot more of that galloper, High Signal. The second event went to the Bart Cummings trained Power Symbol, who powered home from near last at the home turn. Notice him in the blinkers, the yellow blinkers. He scrapes through a run here and really stretches out well the last 100 metres.
Then Glen Vista battling on, clear along John Silver. Power Symbol's a long way back and crowded for a run. He's getting into the open now. Sprightly Knight in front, hands and heels. Now Power Symbol is coming quickly, followed by Salix, and Trench Digger joins in. But Power Symbol on the outside shoots right away, and he comes from a long way back, Power Symbol, to win it impressively, a length and a half to Salix.
Bart Cummings in to the winner's stall again after the Hill Stakes. He scores here with Trissaro, who narrowly defeats Hay-Eye, and the stablemate of the winner, Bounty Hawk, in a solid third place.
About 2.5 to 3, Hussar's Command. Then Hay-Eye followed by Lord Ballina, Trissaro, Bounty Hawk. At the 250, most impressive in front. Hay-Eye's after him, followed by Trissaro. Then Hussar's Command and Bounty Hawk. Forget Lord Ballina. Here's a race, 150 out. Trissaro and Hay-Eye grab, most impressive. Clear a Bounty Hawk, but Trissaro on the outside. The big fella's going by far the better. And Trissaro comes away on the line to win it, a neck to Hay-Eye. Third Bounty Hawk, then most impressive.
The Cummings stable in top form at Rose Hill yesterday. And whenever we think of spring meetings and the cups, we always think of Bart Cummings. He's got a marvellous record. And Max Presnell caught up with the ace trainer soon after Trissaro's win in the Hill Stakes, and he outlines some of the thoughts he has for his top horses over the spring meetings.
Cups King Bart Cummings is certainly having a big spring. Last week he won the Craig Lee Stakes at Flemington with Prolific, and today the Hill Stakes with Trissaro. It would appear that Bart is again going to figure very, very prominently in the Caulfield Melbourne Cups. But today Trissaro won very, very well. Would you say this horse is better than ever?
Well, he's come up very well, Max, and I think he's run today. Marshall rode him a very patient race behind, and he rode him pretty well hands and heels right to the post and won pretty impressively. Bounty Hawk also was finishing on very well. He was ridden out hands and heels, similar to Trissaro.
So Trissaro next start?
Well, we're waiting to see what comes forth on Monday with the weights for the double for the AJC's Spring Carnival here, and he's in both the Epsom and the Metropolitan. He's also in the Hill Stake, the George Main Stakes next week, which is a $100,000 weight for age race. So we've got to do our thinking with next Tuesday, probably, have a discussion with the owners and figure out what's the best thing to do, Max.
Bounty Hawk next start?
More than likely he could go to Melbourne, Max.
What do you regard, or which horse do you regard as the best of the three? Trissaro, Prolific, Bounty Hawk?
If I had my pick this season, I like the way Prolific's heading at the moment. Well, in spite of Trissaro's game win today, he's got his more or less behind him. Prolific's got his ahead of him.
Some interesting thoughts there from the Cup's wizard, Bart Cummings. Fourth event was the Terrace Stakes and a controversial finish here. First past the post was Wink at Me, but Premier Fright, the runner-up, was awarded the race on protest.
And Quiet Little Drink on the outside, joining Scorn Vale. Satin Sand coming into the picture now, followed by Signorina. Then Wink at Me and Premier Flight. Marfooter behind them, Dinky Flyer tending to drop off. Now Satin Sand goes to the lead. Wink at Me, the immediate challenger. And Wink at Me inclined to bore in the shade, straightened up, leads Satin Sand a neck, and then Scorn Vale and Premier Flight, followed by Gypsy Reward, but it's Wink at Me in front. Premier Flight coming at it too late. Wink at Me has beaten Premier Flight and Satin Sand and Gypsy.
Wink at Me and Ron Quinton first past the post. We'll show you the slow motion now of this incident, just around the 200 metres. That's Wink at Me on the outside, just inclined to duck in. On her immediate inside is Premier Flight in the lime green colours. You'll notice Masters have to switch course here. He comes outside the heels of Wink at Me. It certainly cost Premier Flight vital ground at that crucial stage, and she gets balanced up and chases home hard to run Wink at Me to a neck on the line. But it's Wink at Me with Quinton wielding the whip, clear at this stage. Now Premier Flight in the lime green colours gets going and gets up to run second. And have a look at the run of the fourth place getter, Gypsy Reward, in the orange colours to finish fourth. I thought that was a very good effort, but Premier Flight gaining the race on protest there. Fifth event was the Shannon Quality, and Eastern Bay was heavily backed to start the favourite at 15-8. That's her in the black colours with the red cap, beautifully ridden by Ron Quinton, and she's just a shade too strong for Advert.
Ranging up to third, followed by Eastern Bay. Then comes Honest Promise, Noble Connection hugging the rails, Advert getting into the open from Young Blood. At the 250, Eastern Bay popped the question now, race to Almerzo and feeling fit. McGlenchy's gone. Advert endeavouring to go after Eastern Bay. Quinton shakes up Eastern Bay. She leads a length and a half on Advert, who's not going to pick her up, and Eastern Bay is going on to score. Eastern Bay wins at a half length to Advert. Third placing going to...
Nice ride by Ron Quinton to score on Eastern Bay. Sixth event was the Kingston Town Stakes, and Queensland in for the victory here. The Kevin Hall trained Our Compromise nails Lance Lotto right on the line. Have a look at Glenn Killen's great whip work over the final 200 metres.
Race Peter Cook, and around the corner comes Lance Lotto, leading about 4 lengths on Our Compromise, 2 lengths to Royal Wave. Now Cook has a quick peep on Lance Lotto. It'll be no fault of his if he gets beaten. At the 200, Lance Lotto leads a length on Our Compromise, and Killen pulls out all reserves on Our Compromise. A race in 2, Lance Lotto just leading Our Compromise. Lance Lotto almost joined by Our Compromise on the outside. He's going a bit better, Our Compromise, as they reach the line. He's one at a nose.
And those first pair streeted the opposition. Royal Waves third, but 10 lengths away. Seventh event was the welter, and the former Queenslander Sovereign Chief just missed out here. That's him, the grey horse, down the outside. He looked certain to score, but Cakewalk just kicked again too strongly.
He's running a good race, and then Old Spice within the law may be lucky, looks beaten, but now Sovereign Chief races up to join and head Cakewalk. It's a race in 2. Cakewalk finding another lease of life. Sovereign Chief, Cakewalk giving plenty, and Cakewalk is going to win. Cakewalk wins at a half-head Sovereign Chief.
The Henry Davis stable was going for a double with Manirek in the final event. He looked a good chance after they straightened. That's him in front, but Swift Interest was far too strong for him at the finish. He powers home to win by 3/4 of a length.
Prince followed by Raffle Ticket, and then top them all, Indentation. Then a gap to Embarrassing and Swift Interest on the other. Hall's pulled the whip on Manirek inside the 200 metres. Swift Interest on the outside is the danger. Manirek joined in front by Swift Interest, whose rider's lost the cloth part of his cap, but Swift Interest doing too well for Manirek. He's running off the track, but Swift Interest is going to score. Swift Interest from Manirek and Dotterel, then Market.
Swift Interest scoring decisively in the final event. Now the TAB information from Rose Hill. The double numbers were 6 and 5, and the dividend $20.40. The treble combination 7, 6 and 5 paid $384.80, while the extra double from Rose Hill 8 and 4 paid $45.20. As we mentioned earlier, Malcolm Johnston has just recently returned to Australia from Singapore. He was going very well in the riding premiership over there. He was second on 41 wins. But some weeks back, he was waylaid on his way to the track by 4 thugs. He was badly beaten up. And we've got this interview with Malcolm Johnston, who's not too sure of his future plans now.
It's happened many times before over there, but it's only really come to light of interest since I've been belted, that it's really hit the news here in Australia. It has happened quite a few times before, and to those jockeys it has happened, they wouldn't be able to give you a reason why, and I can't give you a definite reason why, and that's really what frightens me all about it. I don't know why, and I probably will never know why.
I believe a New Zealand jockey, Alvin Tweedy, was chased by a sword-wielding Chinaman at one meeting. So, as you say, they obviously don't take losing well.
No, they're great winners over there. But as you say, they don't take losing well. And Ivan Allen, who's the leading trainer over there, if you can recall, last year was shot 4 times. And he's the leading trainer there, and one morning he just went home from the track and outside his home was shot 4 times and lived, and he was a very, very lucky man. And then Alvin Tweedy after that was shot at. He wasn't hit, but he was shot at. And both these guys, they really don't know why. And that's probably the most frightening thing for me, not knowing why. And when the guys did it, they never uttered a word, or they never mentioned any names or anything, and it's really frightened the life out of me.
What were the full extent of your injuries?
Well, I broke my left hand. They smashed my nose, broke my left cheekbone. I've got a hematoma behind the left eye, big word for me. I got 38 stitches across the nose and under the eye. They took 4.5 hours to repair the nose, and I'm very happy with the way they repaired it. I was very sick and sorry for the first week, but I've got good recuperating powers, and I've recuperated very well. I'm feeling extra well at the moment. The only thing I'm disappointed about, I can't play golf for a while.
Malcolm, will you return to Malaysia?
At this stage, Max, I really don't know. I haven't had a good chance to sit down and have a real good think about it. I know my wife won't be returning. She don't want to go back there. But before this happened, I was enjoying it immensely. I enjoyed the lifestyle. I loved the racing over there, and I was enjoying it very, very much.
How long will your injuries keep you out of the saddle?
Well, Max, the only problem I've really got, the nose has healed up very well. My hand is no problem. The only problem I've got is with the hematoma behind the eye. But that is only a matter of time. I've been to a very good specialist here, and he says it'll be 2 months before the blood does come out of there. And he said not to rush it, not to hurry it, and the only thing he can do for it is complete rest, which I'm having. So I say roughly around about 3 months before I'm back riding.
Yes, Malcolm Johnston, who was very badly beaten up. I've got a feeling that he may be back in Australia to stay, and I think that's a bonus for Sydney racing and Australian racing, because he is an outstanding jockey. We'll take a break now in Sports Scene. Now we're going to have a look at the Moonee Valley meeting yesterday. The opening event went to the Colin Hayes stable, and Andrew Gregory on Smart Bid, the heavily backed 7-4 favourite. He won very easily from Affected No Johnny.
4 wide. Next Johnny, great power. He's got boxed up on it, and then a length to Cambridge Boy and tailed off Dancing Order. On the turn, Affected in front, a half-length Smart Bid, and Johnny in the centre. Bow Lane next, great power, won't run a drum, and they're followed next by Cambridge Boy. Into the straight, Smart Bid 3 deep now, tackling Johnny and Affected, the 3 of them in line from Bow Lane. Smart Bid put its head in front shortly after, drew a half-length clear, and young Gretzky's ridden a good race. Smart Bid, it's going to win and win it well. By about 2 lengths at the finish, Affected battled on for second, just in front of Johnny.
Most convincing win there by Smart Bid in the opening event. Second race, and Poachinellar was sent out favourite at 10-9. He looked to be in a little bit of trouble at the home turn, but he really responded to hard riding with the whip to score by 3/4 a length from Kisha, who just died on the run the last few, I suppose, 50 metres.
Kisha going very strongly to run within a neck of it. 2 lengths to Peter Van Sarga's Son and 2 to Benlock Secret Diamond. Poachinella's under the whip, a half-length in front on the corner. Kisha on the outside. 2 to Peter Van Sarga's Son. Poachinellar in front. Kisha trying hard to peg it back. It's Poachinellar a half in front from Kisha second, and Peter Van down the outside, but Poachinella's going to be too strong, and Poachinellar goes on to win 3/4 of a length to Kisha. Peter Van third up.
Strong staying performance from Poachinellar to draw away close to the line, scored by 3/4 of a length. Third event, Nicholas John, odds on, came with a well-timed burst to win with by a length and a half, and I thought with something in hand over Homemade.
Benbrook Wider and 2.5 Cordelia. On the corner, 400 out now, and it's Cassins and Gold Omen with Homemade going up to challenge them. 2 lengths to Nicholas John, who's got the job in front of him, although he's starting to make ground now from I'm a Guy. Cassins the leader into the straight with Gold Omen, a length to Homemade, a length to Nicholas John on the outside, now running home hard. Gold Omen got to the lead, Homemade, and now Nicholas John joining them. Nicholas John's finishing too well, he's coming home best and he'll win. Nicholas John draws away, wins it more than a length. Second placing Homemade, and nose to Gold Omen third.
The glamour boy Darren Gouchy was the winner in the next event. He scored on Dark Rhythm. He joined the leaders at the home turn. Vain Display clung to him very well in the straight, but Dark Rhythm scored by 3/4 of a length.
400 to go, rip and run a neck. Vain Display. Dark Rhythm's got out, coming 3 deep now. Base Fee is under the whip and still needing a run around the corner from Cookie. Swinging for home, and Dark Rhythm zoomed up on the outside to join Vain Display, and rip and run clear of Cookie running on from Base Fee. Into the straight, Vain Display grabbed quickly by Dark Rhythm the outside. Then came Cookie at the head of the others. Dark Rhythm just in front of Vain Display. She's drawing a neck clear of Vain Display, and Cookie running home well, and Dark Rhythm's going to win. Scores by a half-length Vain Display, a half-length to Cookie third.
Can ride a winner, Darren Gouchy. 5th event, the Feehan Stakes, and the veteran Penny Edition. 2 strong here. Great finishing burst from Greatness, failed by only a half head, but it was Penny Edition right on the line.
Is battling on, and they'll follow then. Oh, Mr. Ironclad nearly fell. On the turn, 400 out, Penny Edition, a length, King Delamere, Wonder Moss Kingdom, 3 deep, followed by Not Declared and Eldwain, but old Penny's going better than anything. Shot a length and a half to King Delamere, then Moss Kingdom and Not Declared into the straight, and followed then by Eldwain. Halfway down the straight, Penny Edition in front, King Delamere and Not Declared coming at it. Penny Edition the leader, and here's coming down the outside. Greatness with a flying run. Penny Edition in front, Greatness won't quite reach it. Penny Edition ahead to the flying Greatness. Not Declared third.
Used the Space, who wintered in Queensland, was successful in the Verve Clicquot handicap, well ridden by Harry White. That's Used the Space 4th at this stage, switches around the leader's heels, 2 strong in the straight for Perfect Bliss and Heart of Hearts.
On the corner now and changed the tune, got it right up along the rails to join Perfect Bliss. Used the Space, the danger coming at them out wide. Then Heart of Hearts, Dusky Joy and well back Mapley Heights. Perfect Bliss joined by Use the Space, changed the tune, can't go on as they straighten for the run home, and Use the Space took the lead from Perfect Bliss, battling back and then changed the tune, but Use the Space starts to draw away halfway down the straight. Mapley Heights starting to run home well, but Use the Space goes on to win it well. Length and a half, Perfect Bliss, 3rd placing Heart of Hearts.
Plenty in hand at the finish there, Used the Space. 7th event was the 2nd Leilani Stakes, and Sauna and Darren Gouchy too hot for the opposition, but a good run here from Centauria in the green colours, very deep on the track all the way, battled on well.
Stiletto Star next on the corner. Centauria out wide, went up and has joined Sauna. Ras Dancer's gone. Pashenka's Gem third. Lover Kiss looks the danger to the 2 leaders. On the corner, and Sauna drew a half length to Centauria, a length and a half Lover Kiss. The others are out of it. Sauna led into the straight. Centauria hands and heels coming at it, and 2 lengths to fast. Look, Sauna the leader in the 2nd place. Centauria coming at it now, but Sauna kept going about a neck in front. It's going to hang on, and Sauna's won it. A long neck to Centauria. 2.5 lengths. Lover Kiss third.
I think you should follow the runner-up Centauria. She won't be long making amends for that defeat yesterday. Final event, Prince Spy. Didn't look as though he's going to overhaul Mum's Pride until the last few strides. Just nailed the leader, Mum's Pride. King Phoenix ran on nice for 3rd.
But he's got nowhere to go, and the length and a half final affair boxed in badly from Rhea Flyer. Mum's Pride kicked away from Prince Spy on the corner. Bullion Broker's out of his good enough now, and they're followed by Final Affair running on fairly from Sleeping Giant. But Mum's Pride showing exceptional speed today, still in front of Prince Spy. King Phoenix coming from last, but Mum's Pride in front's going to lead all the way. I think Prince Spy's trying to get it near the line, lunges and will win. Prince Spy's got up ahead to Mum's Pride. King Phoenix, a phenomenal run 3rd.
Yes, was a good run by King Phoenix to get 3rd. A look now at the TAB information from Moonee Valley. And the double numbers, 3 and 8, paid $58.30. Good treble dividend for 1, 3 and 8, $146.50. And the extra double from Moonee Valley, 3 and 4, paid $45.50.
That was undoubtedly the Craven Filter Championship. And didn't the brilliant Wondai's mate bring the house down with an absolutely thrilling performance? It was well ridden by Darryl Rinke, the Wondai's most eligible bachelor. He came from nowhere on the turn and flashed home for a very decisive victory.
To the lead. Wondai's made a length in front of Diarma, then Waddle's Winger under a cloud, Rapid Frost and Under Sufferance to the outside, but he's really opened up on the Queensland champion now. Oh, look at him go. He's running away from them. Wondai's mate, he's 3 lengths in front. He's careering to the post to win it easily. What a horse he is. Wondai's mate by 4 lengths. Wondai's mate first, 2nd Waddle's Winger, 3rd Under Sufferance.
Great stuff that by Wondai's mate. On to race 6 now, the 2nd Sterling Stakes.
Breeders' Plate with the Bletchingley Take Your Partner. He's fifth at the moment in the blue colours, but in the straight he really powers home to score comfortably from Osaka and Card Shark.
Next on the inside, on leave, starting to again get a spurt on. At the 300 on top of the rise, and Boston Blues, a half Golden Prince, a length, the Star Reload and Osaka. Take Your Partner getting up nearer to the inside from On Leave and Card Shark. Now Osaka's race to the lead with Star Reload, and now Take Your Partner on the inside coming with a giant run. Take Your Partner swooshes past Osaka, Card Shark and Star Reload next, but the favourites a mile too good, namely Take Your Partner, and Take Your Partner wins the Breeders' Plate from Osaka. Third, Card Shark.
The second was the Dennis Rowe Handicap over 1,200 metres, and it was Smith with the Quinella. Here at this stage it's Canada in front, but his stablemate Movie Maker moves up quickly and moves away over the final 200 metres to score by 2.5 lengths.
Canada just the leader. At the distance, 200 to go. Movie Maker's the big danger, and Movie Maker quickly cruised past Canada, well clear of Blazing Cotton running home. But it's all Movie Maker. Canada second, Blazing Cotton running on very, very well indeed. But as they hit the line, an easy win to Movie Maker. Movie Maker from a tight finish between Blazing Cotton and Canada.
Nice effort there by the third place getter, Blazing Cotton. I think over a little bit more ground, he should soon break through. Third event was the Colin Stephen Handicap, and it's the Smith trained Forward Charge kicking back on the inside to defeat Lost Valley.
Forward Charge, he's battling on the favourite, a length Saloon Passage, who's under the whip. Forward Charge again racing up to head off Lost Valley, and 2 lengths away Saloon Passage, but it's Forward Charge. The Smith Bone and Muscle is telling the tale again. Forward Charge draws clear to Lost Valley and Saloon Passage.
Fourth event went to Aspirations. He was the favourite at 11 to 4, and the apprentice Jamie Innes handled Aspirations very well. Hit the lead about the 200 metres and scored decisively.
300 out. Colour charts dropping off, and here Sail to Glory is taken on in earnest by Aspirations. Bell to 2, a length and a half away third, and then My Charvain. By the 200 at Aspirations gains the upper hand from Sail to Glory. A length to Bell to 2, running on doggedly, but it's Aspirations nicely clear and in no danger. Bell to 2 second, and then Sail to Glory, but Aspirations much too good.
Aspirations giving the Ingham combination another win there. The fifth event was the Spring Champion Stakes, and it's Luxor Lottery again from the Smith stable. That's him one from the outside in the breastplate, and he outstays his stablemate Black Ivory.
Stablemate Popular Hero, a length away in third position. Luxor Lottery most impressive. Clavelli Bay's on the rails, and now Phillip called upon at the 220, and here it's Black Ivory joining and heading Popular Hero. Luxor Lottery's joining in now, followed by Phillip, and then Sprightly Native, but it's Luxor Lottery drawing to the lead, and Luxor Lottery is coming away from Black Ivory, and Luxor Lottery goes home to win it. Luxor Lottery has won from a tight finish, Black Ivory and Clavelli Bay.
Mick Dittman, of course, has been the rider of Luxor Lottery this campaign. Unfortunately, Mick is under suspension, and the ride went to Noel Barker. We have an interview here with Barker soon after the Champion Stakes.
Well, he's had the ability, and just this last start failure, but we always thought he had the ability to win a race like this, and I was happy where I was today, running second off the pace, and I let a few go around me at the 5 furlongs there, and in the run home he sprinted nice.
The Smith stable provided a couple of Quinellas at Randwick yesterday, but it was another Randwick trainer, Theo Green, who provided the Quinella in the George Main Stakes, with top 3-year-old Inspired beating his stablemate Street Cafe.
Locked away as they straighten up from Trissaro. Forget Handsome Air. On top of the rise at the 300, and Inspired is the leader, a half length getting closer. He's kicked a length in front now, Inspired. Getting closer, not matching him at this stage. Then Street Cafe, Riverdale and High, but it's Inspired. Compton working overtime, but this marvellous 3-year-old is running them ragged. Riverdale and Street Cafe battle out minors, but Inspired, he's trounced them.
Seventh was the Wollongong Cup, and Muffler, the Victorian, who showed great form here over the Brisbane Winter Carnival, staged a big finish to storm home and really overwhelm his rivals in the final 200 metres. He finishes up scoring by 2.5 lengths, and I think Muffler's going to win a big race this spring.
2:20 left to go. Wage Freeze, Precious, Tandrio. Little between them, followed by Hermod, and here comes Muffler. Muffler down the outside. He's never been on the track. He races up to Tandrio and Wage Freeze. Mighty Planet can't go on with it, but Muffler is starting to assert his superiority, and to the line goes Muffler to win it easily. 2 lengths to Tandrio. Third was Wage Freeze. And
well, that was Greg Hall scoring there on Muffler. and I think he's undoubtedly Australia's most underrated jockey. He scored again in the final event on Purple Maze, and notice great vigour over the final stages to kick back and defeat Pascherette, Viking Goddess third in a great finish.
About ninth position, but as they race past the 200 and Viking Goddess goes to the lead. Pascherette second, followed by Stater. Viking Goddess and Pascherette. Purple Maze kicking back. It's Pascherette in the middle. Purple Maze coming again. Pascherette just the leader from Purple Maze. Oh, close. Pascherette and Purple Maze. Very, very little between them, with Viking Goddess third.
That was the 8-event card from Randwick yesterday. Now the TAB information from the Randwick meeting. The double numbers, 3 and 3, paid $48.20, and the treble, 5, 3 and 3, paid $245.90, and the extra double from Randwick, 7 and 4, paid $28.90. Unfortunately, we can't bring you the Caulfield meeting yesterday. The track was very heavy, but we hope to rectify that problem next weekend. We have a big week in racing again on Wednesday, Bundamba. Thursday at Eagle Farm, and incidentally, the club has organised the direct telecast of the Caulfield meeting in Melbourne, where it's Marlborough Cup Day, and also the Gosford fixture, provincial fixture outside of Sydney. So that's going to be an important meeting next Thursday, and next Saturday it's back to Eagle Farm again. We'll take a break now in sports scene, and Col Young will be along with more of the Stewart. His Epsom win today was full of class, and he could go on to even greater wins in the VRC Spring Carnival in Melbourne. I think he's going to head down there now. In Brisbane today, the racing was at Doomben. The first event was won by Stoned. He was probably the best back runner, although he was the second favourite at 3 to 1. That's him third as they reach the halfway mark. The tearaway leader at this stage is Light Opera.
3 deep as they run onto the 800-metre bend. A length away, Mr. Fuego asked to improve, and then 1.5 to Queensland Blue. Another 5 lengths to Silver Bond in front of Lad in Spirit, then Button Diff Capnos. Princess Shantung second last, and Jury at the tail. They've stretched right out, 550 to go. Light Opera still a big leader by more than 4 lengths. Stones run up into second spot. Sudola third, and then Mr. Fuego taken to the outside. Sir Rush lost a little ground. He's under the whip as they turn the corner, and then Magic Performance and Queensland Blue. Straightening up at the 320. Light Opera in front, but Stoned is about to grab him. They're clear of Sudola, and then Mr. Fuego on the outside. Stoned went to the lead past the 200 from Light Opera. Now Sir Resh is hitting top gear. He's coming after Stoned. Stoned in front with 100 to run. Sir Resh is running him down. Stoned in front. Sir Resh is lunging at him but missed him. And Stone's 1.5 head. Stoned has beaten Sir Resh. Mr. Fuego's run third. Then
Apprentice Shane Scriven completed a very big week. He celebrated his 19th birthday on Friday, and then he scored on In the Shadows in the second event today, which also forfeited his allowance. It's 60th City win on In the Shadows, and this was a clever ride. In the Shadows, 5th on the inside at this stage, and Scriven cleverly works through a narrow opening in the straight.
And Sovereign River dropped out to the tail of the field. Roving Romeo in front past the 600. He leads by 1.25 lengths over Young Josh. McGettigan a handy third. In the Shadows, easing wide. Lock King 3 deep. Then Life's Ambition, Session Time. Jade Prince, Spark of Life's back second last, turning the corner. And Sovereign River whipped them in as they straighten. 350 to go. Young Josh joined Roving Romeo, who lugged off the rail. There's room for McGettigan. In the Shadows, went back to the inside. He's spearing through. And here's Jade Prince, and now Spark of Life warming up. It's In the Shadows and Jade Prince. They've gone to the lead together. They're clear from Spark of Life. In the Shadows and Jade Prince. Stride for stride, they're going to the line. In the Shadows did better, and he won. In the Shadows beat Jade Prince. Spark of Life third.
Close finish there with victory going to In the Shadows, and it was even closer in the third event than the Nijinsky Handicap with the 9 to 1 shot. Noble Claudius just holding on. You'll notice Valorous make a tremendous lunge in the last 20 or 30 metres to just fail. Hondomatic a very close third, and Ormiston a great fourth.
Princely Light second, Dancing Man third on the inside of Tanzoom. Proper Job a length away, but out 3 wide. He's making ground. Hondomatic midfield on the rail on the inside of Northern Beam, and then 2 lengths to Noble Claudius, a half to Valorous. And Ormiston taken to the outside at the tail of the field. 1,000 metres left to go. Astute King leads by 3 lengths over Princely Light. Tanzoom a length and a quarter away. He's now third. Dancing Man fourth on the rail, and then Proper Job still trapped wide on the outside of Hondomatic. Ormiston making a run up into mid midfield. Valorous has drifted back towards the tail with Noble Claudius, and now Northern Beam whip them in as they travel the side of the track. 7:50 left to go. Astute King leads by only a length and a quarter over Princely Light. Tan Zoom is going up quickly, so is Ormiston out wide on the track, and they're staking their claims together. Hondo Maddox off the rail, Noble Claudius out very deep, and then Dancing Man waiting for a run. Valorous second last, and Northern Beam whipped them in. They've packed up tight. Coming around the bend at the 400-metre mark, Tan Zoom took the lead from Astute King. Ormiston on the outside. Here's Noble Claudius making a line of three. Then Dancing Man and Hondo Maddox at the 200. Ormiston, Tan Zoom, Noble Claudius on the outside. Noble Claudius took the lead from Tan Zoom. Hondo Maddox hitting top gear now. Noble Claudius a length in front. Hondo Maddox and Valorous are coming fast at the end. Noble Claudius in front. Valorous flying on the rail. Oh, gee, it's tight. Valorous lunged along the inside. Noble Claudius off Valorous in a close go, and Hondo Maddox is a whisker away third.
Titanic go with victory going to Noble Claudius. Fourth event, a very close finish again with Ponga. Great vigour shown by Gavin Duffy over the final 200 metres gives the former New Zealander Ponga victory over Abira, and Prize Dash, who probably cost himself victory by being inclined to hang in down the straight. He's the grey. Keep an eye on him coming from well back.
Daylight's only a length away. A break of two to place in the sun giving ground. Then Halloran taken to the outside. He's making ground. Abira three wide and Ponga rushing forward in front of Roy's Lad, Auto Gold, Prize Dash. Prince Jur and Pulsemaker and Ruxton missed the last pair as they turn the corner. Living Daylight swept to the lead as they straightened up past El Rey. Abira's running on. Ponga on the outside, and then Halloran under pressure from Prize Dash. Living Daylight's in front at the 200, but Ponga and Prize Dash are getting him now, and Abira's getting a split. Ponga and Abira, they grab Living Daylight. They're clear of Prize Dash. It's Abira and Ponga. They're going to the line again. Oh, it's another one. Abira by a whisker. Abira from Ponga. Prize Dash third. Roy's Lad fourth.
Gavin Duffy scoring there on Ponga, and he made it two in a row when he landed the next event on Kai Time. Once again, his vigour just told the tale over the final 200 metres. Survive, who was resuming after a spell, looked set for victory inside the 200 metres, but it was Kai Time, rock hard in condition, and Duffy just able to carry the day in the final 100 metres. Third was Star Practice, and fourth, Whishane Myth. Even though he was beaten out of a place today, I thought his effort was still sound. He was forced very wide from his awkward barrier.
3 or 4 lengths to Rockathon, and Hale Special another 5 lengths away at the tail of the field. Zephyr Cruiser went to the front off the first turn at the 700, leads by a length and a half to Whishane Myth. Star Practice a length away third on the outside of Sharp Arrow, then one to Survive around Soncore. A length and a half to Kai Time, a half length to Spanish Road, then Bartlett. Rockathon second last, and Hale Special 3 lengths away at the tail. 400 left to go. Zephyr Cruiser in front when tends a turn for home by a half length over Whishane Myth, going up quickly. Survive on the outside, then Sharp Arrow, Star Practice, and out wide is Kai Time. At the 200, Survive tackled Zephyr Cruiser. Whishane Myth under pressure. Kai Time running on, and then Star Practice. Survive in front, 150 to go. Kai Time coming quickly. Kai Time's coming after Survive. He's running him down. Kai Time's grabbed the lead from Survive, and Kai Time's won. Kai Time beats Survive. A photo third. Whishane Myth.
Survive beaten there, but I thought a very good effort first up, and he might be one to follow. Sixth event was the Man of War Flying, and a clever ride by apprentice Carl Simons to score on Sir Rocket. He was a beaten favourite at Bundamba last week, but he appreciated the longer distance today to defeat the dead heaters Bellini and Butterfly Prince.
50 metres left to go, and Some Unit now strides to a clear break. He leads by a neat length over Sir Rocket. Butterfly Prince a length away third. 2 lengths to Willa Ford and a half to Bellini. Booted along to stay in touch, and he's at the tail of the field. 650 metres out. Some Unit in front. Sir Rocket again poking up on the inside. Butterfly Prince out 3 wide, and then 1 to Willa Ford and 1 to Bellini. Sir Rocket lost a little ground approaching the turn. He dropped back 2 lengths, and Butterfly Prince swept up on the outside to tackle Some Unit as they came to the corner. Sir Rocket again is easing to the outside, and then Willa Ford and Bellini. It's Butterfly Prince hitting the lead past Some Unit, straightening up at the 300. Here's Sir Rocket on the outside. He's finding another gear. He's coming after Butterfly Prince, who's still in front with 150 to go. Butterfly Prince is tackled now by Sir Rocket. Simon's riding hands and heels on Sir Rocket. He's taken the lead from Butterfly Prince and Bellini, and Sir Rocket's won. Sir Rocket's won from a photo between Butterfly Prince and Bellini.
Punters burnt their fingers when the 3-year-old Ballyman's Boy was beaten in the 7th event. He was certainly well beaten at the finish, but I thought his effort was very good because he bungled the start and forced wide and had to make a very long run on Ballyman's boy, Carl Simons. Talked the leg to win it, the 3-year-old. He comes with a very well-timed run in the straight to defeat the leader, Bucerama.
And he's dashed up to tackle for the lead, the favourite, and running onto the first turn in the 900-metre mark. Ballyman's boy out 3 wide, joined Bucerama on the fence, Bunai Silver between them, and they've torn away. They're 3 in front of Monkey Star on the outside of Bundy Flyer, 1 to Astro Cobbler, then Lord Hussar 3 wide, 1 to Talk the Leg, another length to Francis Comet, followed wider out by Fields of Atterley and then Wind Spear, staging third last in front of Rumyan, and Gervan Prince is 15 lengths away at the tail of the field. They've packed up onto the turn, 400 metres left to go. Bucerama a half over Ballyman's boy, Lord Hussar out 3 wide, tackling the leaders, Bundy Flyer getting a split, further back Wind Spear and then Fields of Atterley on the outside. Bucerama's in front at the 200, Ballyman's boy under pressure, but he's knuckling down to the task and coming after the leader. Talk the Leg going for the split, he's getting it now. Bucerama kicked again, but Talk the Leg's into the clear. Ballyman's boy can't go on with it. Talk the Leg drove to the lead from Bucerama, and Ballyman's boy and Talk the Leg drawing away won the money. Talk the Leg beat Bucerama, Ballyman's boy third.
Neil Williams only second there on Bucerama, but he's well known as last race Williams, and he did that just again yesterday.
Works very well, actually.
I thought it was going pretty well tonight so far. Don't need any encouragement from the bleachers. And this is Neil Williams scoring on the grey Alchemia, with stood a protest from the runner-up Magnafia.
She kicked away to lead by more than 2 lengths to Alchemia, running into second spot strongly. Magnafia's running on, and so is Duke's Delight down the outside. Tassie Girl in front, but the grey mare Alchemia's coming after Tassie Girl. Alchemia grabbed the lead from Tassie Girl. She's drawing away in the run of the judge, and Alchemia wins. Alchemia's won from a photo. Magnafia is in the photo with Tassie Girl for second and third. Then
Northern Rivers Quinella there with Alchemia and Magnafia filling the placings in the final event. Look now at the TAB information from Doomben yesterday. Firstly, the double, 8 and 10, paid $85 even, and the treble, 7, 8 and 10, good dividend here, $1,149.20. Of course, the main highlight of Australian racing yesterday was Randwick. It was Epsom Handicap Day. The 4th event was the Kiora Handicap, and it went to the 12-to-1 chance Duchess of Alba, beautifully ridden by Jim Cassidy. She's the grey mare, 5th on the inside at the moment. The favourite, Aspirations, in the black colours, look set for victory here, and this is Duchess of Alba coming after the favourite.
Duchess of Alba in third position, starting to run home doggedly. Innes pulls the whip now on Aspirations. The grey mare on the outside is the big danger, Duchess of Alba. Duchess of Alba raced past Aspirations, flying down the outside, More Jazz, then Blazing Princess, but Duchess of Alba's untroubled. Duchess of Alba from Aspirations, I couldn't split third. We've got More Jazz very wide out, but Blazing Princess is right up there.
Today's Epsom Handicap was a triumph for the Grafton-owned Riverdale. He was really much too good for his opposition. You'll notice between the 400 metres and the home turn that Riverdale really takes off. He's at this stage burning up now into second place, and he goes right on with the job in the straight. The leader at this stage, Tandrio, hangs on for second. Hussar's Command battles on very strongly for third.
500 out, and the leader is Tandrio, but here comes Riverdale. 400 from home as they top the rise now, and Riverdale raced up to head off Tandrio. About 3 to Zoning, followed by El Mirzo, then Lord Ballina, followed by Lord Paddington. Muffler a long way back, followed by Hussar's Command. Barker pulls the whip on Riverdale, and Riverdale comes to the 100 metres full of running. He's about 3 lengths on Tandrio, followed down the outside by Hussar's Command, but it's going to be Riverdale's Epsom Handicap. And Riverdale wins at 2 lengths to Tandrio, third Hussar's Command.
Third leg of today's Randwick treble was the Flight Stakes, and this is a Queensland victory. Goleen and Mel Shoemaker storming down the outside. Have a look at this for a finish.
Then comes Premier Flight. They straighten at the 300. Dalton joins Walk with Kingston, Princess Jacinda. Wink at Me joining in, followed by Lafitte, Satin Sand, and Dinky Flyer to the outside. Many Hopes 200 out. Dalton, Wink at Me just lead from Satin Sand, followed by Premier Flight. And here's Goleen charging at them. Dalton in front, but Goleen right out off the track is mowing them down. And Goleen for the money. Goleen has gone home too well for Satin Sand and Dalton. Then Stater, Wink at Me, and Premier Flight.
Big day for the shoe. Mel Shoemaker landing a winning double yesterday. Scored earlier on Tsar Royal, and then Goleen, as you saw there, win in the Flight Stake. Look now at the TAB information from Randwick. The double numbers 9 and 8 paid $68.60, and the treble 9, 8 and 5 paid $2,304.30, and an extra double from Randwick 3 and 4 paid $131.80. We'll take a break now and come back and have a look at the Moonee Valley treble. As we look now at the Moonee Valley treble today, the fourth event was the Glenara Handicap, and Mighty Avenger just held on to defeat the fast-finishing Bowl Jet. Mighty Avenger heavily backed to start 7-4 favourite.
Bending over-headed Bowl Brother, Mighty Avenger grabs the pair of them, and Bowl Jet coming with its run, followed by Worth. In the straight, Mighty Avenger taking the lead from Bending over, with Bowl Jet on the outside coming at it. Mighty Avenger in front. Bowl Jet trying to get to it, but Mighty Avenger's got plenty there. Andoneat running on well, but Mighty Avenger in front near the line and wins by about a head to Bowl Jet, a length to Andoneat third.
Fifth event, the Moonee Valley Stakes for the 3-year-olds, and Red Anchor, so starting at the surprisingly good odds of 11-4. He didn't seem completely comfortable on the Moonee Valley track. You'll notice him a little awkwardly placed coming to the turn. Switched out, he really is too classy for them in the straight to defeat Lord of Camelot, and National Gallery, the surprise favourite, 9-4, battling on for third.
Took the lead into the straight. Red Anchor out wide, coming out after him, and there followed by Fathers coming again, and National Gallery getting clear now. Red Anchor got to the front halfway up the straight, however, in the Moonee Valley Stakes, and he's going to win it easily. Red Anchor comes away to win by more than 2 lengths to Lord of Camelot. A neck away third was National Gallery.
It's a top-class horse, Red Anchor. He's going to have a very big spring in Melbourne. The 3-year-old racers really look at his mercy. Seventh event was the RV Moon Handicap, and Mevron Boy sustained a long run. You'll notice him at 4 and 5 wide coming to the home turn. He keeps going to defeat Zamorino and Kiwi Slave in a good finish.
The outer end in the centre, Zamorino and Kiwi Slave the rails, the three of them in line as they straighten up. Not an inch between them. Mevron Boy on the outside, Martian Sun coming at them. It's Mevron Boy, Zamorino and Kiwi Slave. Mevron Boy might be doing better, and he is. And Mevron Boy won it ahead to Zamorino, ahead to Kiwi Slave third, fourth Martian Sun.
They were the treble events from Moonee Valley today. Looking out the TAB information. The double numbers 2 and 6 paid $35.10. The treble 4, 2 and 6 paid $117.90. And the extra double from Moonee Valley 9 and 4 paid $397.20. The highlights of racing in 3 states today, and he coming to the home turn and always looked in control in the straight to score by a length and a quarter. Miss Kiko battled on very strongly after showing speed from a wide barrier.
She's running to the lead. Roman Fantasy just in front. In second place, Pole Janker, Maple Flower third, and then Excitable Lady, followed by Sweet Piper, and then Cuddle Close. Moreland made over on the inside, then Lassiter's Ghost. Miss Osmunda drifting back to midfield, full of tradition, then Nickel Silver, Shades of Summer, followed by Tigra del Sol. My older missus well back in the field with Abbey Jura. Shorter Mayo's well back also, and then Emerald Beach, Pretty Pal, and Charlotte's Delight is last. Around the home turn, 450 metres to go. Excitable Lady has taken the lead from Roman Fantasy. Miss Kiko running on fairly well on the outside, pulled out wide Maple Flower, now starting a run, and then Pole Janker and Lassiter's Ghost, 250 metres to go. Excitable Lady the leader. She's going along nicely at the moment. She's about a length and a half in front of Roman Fantasy, and then Miss Kiko and Maple Flower, but Excitable Lady is nicely clear. 100 metres to go. He's putting her under a little bit of pressure now. She's about a length and a half in front, and yes, she's too good for them, Excitable Lady. Excitable Lady wins it by a length and a half. Roman Fantasy second, Miss Kiko third.
Despite the rain around on Friday, making the track slow, or perhaps a little better than slow, about dead, the winner's time of 60 seconds flat was very good. Then out came Hale Report in the Mining Stakes and went a fraction better, 59.8, and this is a glittering performance from a wide barrier. Hale Report blistered across the lead, and he just cruised in by 3 lengths. Laloma Star and Nebraska Nick both made up tremendous ground late to fill the placings.
Hale Report and Enfield Prince going very fast. Sanamunda began quickly. He's running up into 4th place, followed by Star of Amion, who's getting up into a good spot. He's 5th. In between horses at the moment is Ascanis. Over on the rails is Princely Gain. Drifting back is Row, King Copen picking up ground, and then Kadichi. Laloma Star going through in the centre, and then King Zero. Enfield Prince is out a bit wide. Core Boy, he was in trouble running to the bend, and then Nebraska Nick, yesterday's gone. Well back, another Warrior. Well back in the field, Don Sovereign and Dancing Chief. Into the straight, Hale Report's the leader. They've got about 350 to go. Hale Report about a half length in front of Rook Ennis. Sunamunda on the outside. Enfield Prince running on gamely, and Star of Armian right down the outside with a big run, but Hale Report, he's dropped them off. 200 metres to go. He's scooted away from them. He's about 4 lengths in front. By gee, this is a tip-top performance by Hale Report. He's 6 lengths in front, Hale Report, and he's going to win it easily. Laloma Star running on gamely will get second. Nebraska Nick flashing home along the inside will get third.
Hale Report actually eased down over the final 50 metres by John Walk to score by 3 lengths in an eye-catching debut. Third event, the Guyana Graduation, and the heavily backed Survive. Led throughout. He's just actually going up to the lead at this stage. He drew the outside in the field of 7. Neil Williams rode him nicely out in front. He wasn't seriously threatened to defeat Peaceful Joe, who ran a nice race at his first Brisbane start.
Then in the shadows, MLA and Saints Alive last. 1,000 metres left to go. Survives doing it very easily in front. Put back on the bit now. Leads by a length and a half on Royal Opinion. Peaceful Joe a half length away third. In the shadows going a bit keenly. He's out 3 wide at the moment. Good prospects next on the rails. A length into MLA and Saints Alive is last. Coming down the side with about 7.50 to go. Survive nicely clear. 2.5 lengths in front of Peaceful Joe, who's up on the outside of Royal Opinion. A length and a half to in the shadows. Then Good Prospects, MLA and Saints Alive last. Onto the home turn, 450 metres out. Survives going very easily as they run around the bend, about a length and a half in front of Peaceful Joe. Royal Opinion's a length back third on the inside and niggled along a bit now. In the shadows, pulled to the outside, starting a run. Then MLA, Good Prospects and Saints Alive. 250 metres left to go. Survives the leader, about a length in front of Peaceful Joe on the outside. Then in the shadows, Royal Opinion, Good Prospects and MLA. 150 metres out. Survives still nicely clear. He looks as though he's got it won. Survive a couple of lengths in front of Peaceful Joe, then Good Prospects and in the shadows. But Survive in front, drawing to the line and pushed out hands and heels. Survive's too good for them, wins it by 2 lengths. Survive first, Peaceful Joe second, Good Prospects third.
Comfortable victory there to Survive and Neil Williams, and another easy win to Spanion in the flying handicap, the Paint the Town Red flying. Spanion had 55.5 kilos. He wasn't exactly suited the way the race was run. He had to race outside the leader some unit, but he was far too classy for his opposition. He's shaping up very nicely for his main mission, the Brisbane Handicap, next month.
Pull a little bit. Settling down in second place now is Bush Soul, and there's Spanion sliding up on the outside, running to second past Bush Soul. Then Shahada, Bachetta and Grey Colling after beginning well is drifting back to last. I'm settling down now. They're running past the 1100, and the leader, some unit, about 3/4 of a length in front of Spanion, both going a bit keenly. 2 lengths away third, Bush Soul, then Shahada, Grey Colling and Bachetta. About 850 metres left to go on the leader, some unit. He's 3/4 of a length in front of Spanion. 2 lengths away third, Bush Soul. Back fourth on the inside is Shahada. Grey Colling starting to pick up ground, moving up on the outside of Shahada, and Bachetta's last. Down the side, 700 metres left to go. Some unit, the leader. There's been no speed on. Some unit about a half length in front of Spanion. 2 lengths away third, Bush Soul. Grey Colnick now fourth on the outside of Shahada, and Bachetta's last. Running onto the home turn, 450 metres left to go. Some unit just in front. Williams snuck a look over the shoulder. He's about to be joined and passed by Spanion on the outside, and Spanion, the favourite, loomed up to Pogey's nose in front. It's Spanion about a half length in front of some unit. Bush Soul, Grey Colnick running on fairly well on the outside, and then Shahada and Bachetta. He's pulled a whip now on Spanion, 200 metres to go. Spanion kicked away from them. He's a couple of lengths in front. Bush Soul has loomed up into second place. Grey Colnick on the outside, and then Bachetta. But Spanion's in front, drawing to the post. He puts the whip away. He's starting to pull up a little bit in the run to the line, but scores well by a length and a half. Spanion first, now second home Bachetta, third Bush Soul.
Spanion just too good for his opposition in the flying handicap. They were the first 4 from Eagle Farm yesterday. We'll take a break now and come back and have a look at the winning double.